Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. If you're preparing for the IELTS speaking test and aiming for a Band 9, you're in the right place. In today's video, we're going to do a full IELTS speaking mock test on the topic weather, a very common subject in the real exam. It's a great topic because everyone has personal experiences with different kinds of weather, and it's easy to show natural vocabulary and fluency. I'll guide you through all three parts of the test, explaining what the examiner expects, sharing detailed Band 9 model answers, and giving you tips to make your speech sound confident and well-structured. Before we begin, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video with your IELTS study partners. Comment below if you'd like me to make more full mock tests like this one, maybe on travel, music, or work. Alright, let's get started. Part 1. Introduction and Personal Questions. Part 1 is the warm-up stage of the speaking test. It lasts around 4 to 5 minutes, and the examiner will ask you simple, everyday questions about yourself. The key to doing well here is to answer naturally and extend your ideas. Don't stop at one sentence. Add reasons, examples, and personal experiences. Using adjectives and descriptive phrases makes your answers more vivid and fluent.
What's your favorite type of weather?
I really love mild, sunny weather, the kind where it's warm but not too hot, maybe around 24 degrees Celsius. That kind of weather always puts me in a good mood because I can go outside, take a walk, or sit in a cafe with a book. I think sunny days make everything look more cheerful and lively.
Do you like hot or cold weather?
I prefer cooler weather. I find it much easier to stay comfortable. You can always put on an extra layer, but in hot weather, there's only so much you can take off. Also, I enjoy drinking warm tea and wearing cozy clothes. So winter and autumn are my favorite seasons.
What's the weather usually like in your country?
I'm from Vietnam, and the weather here is quite tropical. It's generally warm and humid, especially in the summer months, but we also have a rainy season. In the north, there's a short winter that can get surprisingly cold, while the south stays hot all year round. Overall, it's quite diverse depending on which part of the country you live in.
Has the weather changed much in recent years?
Yes, definitely. I've noticed that summers are getting hotter and the rainy season is more unpredictable than before. Sometimes we experience sudden storms or long heat waves. I think these changes are related to climate change, which is becoming a real concern in many parts of the world.
Do you like rainy days?
It depends on my mood. If I have to go out, I find it inconvenient because of the traffic and wet clothes. But if I'm at home, I actually love rainy days. The sound of rain feels calming, and it's the perfect time to relax, drink tea, or watch a movie.
Does the weather affect your mood?
Yes, very much so. When it's bright and sunny, I feel energetic and optimistic. On gloomy or rainy days, I tend to feel a bit slower or reflective. I think it's natural weather can really influence people's emotions and motivation.
Now we move on to Part 2, the cue card section. You'll be given a topic and 1 minute to prepare your ideas. Then, you'll need to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. To get a Band 9 here, organize your ideas clearly. Introduce the situation, describe it in detail, explain your feelings, and finish with a reflection or lesson learned. Use descriptive language. Adjectives like humid, freezing, stormy, chilly, refreshing, or breezy help you sound natural and advanced.
Describe a time when the weather affected your plans. You should say when it happened, what the weather was like, how it affected your plans, and explain how you felt about it.
One time the weather really affected my plans was last summer when I was supposed to go hiking with some friends in Sapa, which is a mountainous area in northern Vietnam. We had planned the trip for weeks and were really excited about it. However, the night before we left, there was a sudden heavy rainstorm that lasted for almost 2 days. The roads became too dangerous to travel, and the local authorities advised people not to go hiking because of the risk of landslides. We had no choice but to cancel the trip. At first, we were really disappointed because we had been looking forward to it, but instead of letting it ruin our weekend, we decided to have a small get-together at my friend's house. We cooked food, watched movies, and ended up having a great time anyway. Looking back, I realized that sometimes unexpected weather can be a reminder to slow down and enjoy the moment, even if things don't go as planned.
Part 3 is the discussion section, where the examiner will ask more abstract and analytical questions related to the topic. To achieve a Band 9, you need to express opinions clearly, explain your reasoning, and sometimes compare the past with the present. It's also good to use phrases like, "in my opinion." From my perspective, this trend has both advantages and drawbacks, and to a large extent, to show fluency and coherence.
How does climate change influence your country?
Climate change has had a noticeable impact on my country in recent years. We've been experiencing hotter summers, more severe storms, and rising sea levels, especially in coastal areas. Farmers are struggling because the rainy seasons are no longer predictable, which affects agriculture and food supply. To some extent, people are becoming more aware of environmental issues. But I think more serious action is still needed to reduce pollution and promote sustainable living.
What can individuals do to reduce the effects of climate change?
I think individuals can make a big difference through small, consistent actions. For example, using public transport, recycling, reducing plastic waste, and saving electricity are simple but effective steps. People can also raise awareness by sharing eco-friendly habits with friends and family. Of course, real change also requires government support, but I believe change starts with personal responsibility.
Do you think weather patterns are becoming more extreme?
Yes, absolutely. We see evidence everywhere. Stronger typhoons, longer droughts, and unpredictable rainfall. In my country, the rainy season used to follow a clear pattern, but now it starts earlier or later than expected. Scientists have warned that global warming is intensifying these patterns, and I think most people can feel it in their daily lives.
How do you think weather affects people's lifestyle choices?
Weather has a big influence on how people live and what they do. In warm countries, people tend to spend more time outdoors, dress lightly, and enjoy open-air activities. In colder regions, life revolves more around indoor spaces, and people often have hobbies, like reading or cooking. Even diet and culture can be shaped by climate. For example, tropical countries often have lighter, spicier foods, while colder places prefer hearty meals for warmth.
Do you think people will need to adapt more to the weather in the future?
Yes, I believe adaptation will become essential. With climate change, we'll need better infrastructure to handle extreme weather, like flood prevention systems, heat-resistant buildings, and smarter farming methods. On a personal level, people may have to adjust their daily routines, energy consumption, and even where they live. It's a global challenge, but it's also an opportunity to innovate and build a more sustainable future.
And that's the end of our IELTS speaking mock test on the topic weather. In this session we covered Part 1, personal questions about your favorite type of weather. Part 2, a cue card about a time the weather affected your plans. Part 3, a discussion on climate change and lifestyle adaptation. To reach Band 9, focus on giving detailed answers, expressing emotions, and using a mix of everyday and advanced vocabulary. Be natural, confident, and organized. That's the key to sounding like a fluent English speaker. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your IELTS friends. Comment below which topic you'd like next, maybe environment, culture, or technology. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Band 9 speaking practice video.